What's going on, y'all? Joshua Montoya here with Crypto Cashflow, and shout out to the Crypto Cashflow family, where we teach you how to take control of your freedom, finances, and future with cryptocurrency. If this is your first time hanging out with us, or if you're returning, make sure to drop that like, comment, and subscribe if you get value out of this video. We have something really special for you today. It's going to be action-packed, and it's a roadmap that Gala Games has dropped. If any of you all have been tracking or following Gala Games, you know in the past they have not been fans of roadmaps, white papers, or anything that traditional cryptocurrency or NFT projects do, but they have released their vision for 2023 and their strategy for implementing across the board when it comes to music, films, games. Let me go ahead and switch this off here. Music, films, and games, as well as their Vox collection, as well as their layer 1 blockchain that they're going to be using too. Now, the CEO, he dropped this message here. I'm not going to read over all of this. If you go into the Discord and go to the global announcements, you'll be able to see these announcements here. But what we want to pay attention to is this link right here. So the gala.com/strategy 2023. There will be an official link for this in the description below. So make sure you look out for that. Now, this is really exciting though, because like I said, Gala hasn't been a fan of like putting out their roadmap and visions. They have shared a ton with us, but an action-packed, like juicy document just like this is the first time that we've seen this. So I'm going to go ahead and brush over this and just jump into this document here. And this is the very first page. So many additions, advancements, and opportunities lie in wait for Gala in 2023. We wanted to share some of them with you in our strategy write-up. Now, just like that announcement that we just saw, I'm not going to read every single thing in here. I'm going to go over like some of the highlights and most important things to take note of inside of this document. And then, like I said, the document will be in the description so you can just read at your own convenience. All right. So we have games, we have music, film, Vox, we have a blockchain that's unnamed, their node software, the Gala platform, tokenomic updates, and there's the whole roadmap in general. So let's go ahead and go through it. Starting with games. At the time of writing, Gala has 5 live games and over 40 titles in development, 12 more games set to launch in 2023, 26 cross-platform or mobile titles, and 5 bona fide AAA game titles. Now, this is a pivot that they actually just made recently, which was over to the mobile industry. They bought a company called Ember Entertainment that came with, I can't remember off the top of my head, but billions of users that will be able to be onboarded into the existing Gala platform, as well as Gala bringing Web3 ecosystems to these mobile games, which is really cool. Just about everybody's like on their phones. But this right here blows me away because there's not any other gaming company out there that's doing this. And I've seen a lot of play to earn platforms out there, you know, in NFT collections, cryptocurrency projects that have come up, but nobody is beating Gala at this game. Now, they have 22 game genres covered, you know, all the way from 4X, action, RPG, battle royale, skateboarding, survivals. I used to skateboard a lot when I was younger, so that's going to be pretty cool. I know a lot of you all probably play like the Tony Hawk games on the PlayStation, you know, build your own skate parks and stuff, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with that. You know, even third-person shooters, top-down, tower defense, and turn-based RPGs. So with many names to note, in 2023, Gala plans on continuing supporting many independent studios. As of January 2023, we have committed in excess of $300 million to game projects, 50% of which have already been deployed, which means that these games are in development, right? So I'm going to move myself over here for just a moment, but just look at some of these names, right? So they have some of the most popular names that you probably know, like AMC partnerships, NBC Universal, Poker Go, Skybound. These are some of the titles that they have just purchased from the Ember Entertainment. So as you can see here, on January 9th, 2023, Gala also confirmed its acquisition of Ember Entertainment's gaming portfolio with 15 plus games and over 20 million lifetime downloads. Gala will begin its move into mobile gaming, bringing Web3 titles to life. And then these are some of the teams that they're working with here at Gala. This is stacked. I haven't seen like other gaming companies or projects like stacking their partnerships like Gala Games, you know, and this is just the gaming side of things, right? So this is what excites me. Another thing that really excites me about Gala and that has me like super bullish is not just what you see on the screen right here, but they create excitement in the bear market. In the bear market, a lot of you all know projects get boring, crypto gets boring, everybody's talking ish about it. But Gala Games has done something very unique. They have brought to life that excitement in the bear market by sharing these announcements, these news and updates, different NFT releases, different airdrops that they have, different opportunities that they're bringing to the market. And more than that, they're in front of you every single day. I don't think there's any other Discord out there, and I could totally be wrong. I'm sure I'm going to get some comments on this video that's saying that I'm wrong. But the CEO, the president of blockchain, like the big people that are running Gala Games are in the Discord every single day conversating with us who are just everyday investors in their project. And that's another thing that makes me really bullish, is because they actually care about the community experience versus, you know, just trying to sell things or pump their token or put news and updates out there that's going to make things increase. Because if y'all know anything about Gala, they don't even care about the token price, right? Naturally, it's going to go up as value is added, but I just wanted to throw that out there. So we have right here that they're moving over to mobile. So for too long, mobile gamers have poured their hard-earned money into free-to-play games that are in reality pay to not own. The time has come to an end, and Gala Games wants to lead the charge for a player's right to digital asset ownership while maintaining the high level of quality of 2.8 billion players expect. All right. So these are some of their strategic pillars here. So sharing updates, conquering mobile, protecting utility, and just being more visible in the light. So this is one of their most popular games, Town Star in Town. They're just going over some information here, things that are going to happen in town. This is one of the things that happened recently. They had announced that the exchange rate for Town will be 1.25 Town equals 1 Gala. So Town will be completely eliminated from Town Star. That was the currency of the past that we did earn from our NFTs for playing that game. But going forward, the rewards will be switching into Gala rewards, which is even more bullish, right? Because we'll get to this in this document, but if you all didn't know, and we'll probably make some videos about this as well, but Gala is going to be burned. So as it's being used in this ecosystem, as it's being distributed, it's being burned. The supply is being decreased, right? And it's just making, making the use case for Gala just that much more bullish and bringing more utility to the Gala token, which is really cool. So Spider Tanks, they have some updates inside of here. Like I said, I'm not going to go over each and every single thing here, but let's just read some important stuff. So since its launch, Gala has made several updates. All players will start to earn honor score of 300 out of 1,200, giving them the ability to immediately claim 25% of rewards earned through positive actions such as play. Positive actions will also gain 25% more honor points than they did previously. A limited amount of silk is now able to transfer it each day without impacting a player's honor score. So this will make sense if you're not familiar with Spider Tanks. This will make sense as you get deeper into that ecosystem. There were some things that people weren't happy with, and then they addressed that inside of this document. It's pretty much the short of it, and they're constantly increasing the ecosystem of Spider Tanks and also their other games on the platform as well. All right, so Superior. This is actually one of my favorite games on the platform right now. Just some information about them and what they're doing here. All right, so Play to Earn and for Superior will launch in Q1 of 2023, and the token for that game will be Gala. Even more bullish. That's super good. That's awesome. So coming over here to music, big Snoopy dog. So Gala Music is becoming home. Gala Music is becoming a home for music discovery and emerging talent. In Q1 2023, the full platform incoming music token will launch. At the moment, they have 32 artists now released. They have over 150 plus tracks that can be streamed, and they have 25,000 nodes set to go live in Q1 of 2023. All right. So if you all don't know anything about Gala Music, basically it's like the gaming platform as well, but you'll be able to take NFT tracks that you own, music, just as you would play on like Apple Music or Spotify, any of those platforms, except you're going to get rewarded for it. So when you have this music, you will be able to pair it with a node, and anytime anybody listens to that music, you're going to receive a distribution from that. The artist will receive a reward as well as you for owning that NFT track, which is really cool. Decentralizing music. Come on. They have a ton of different artists. So Gala announced the launch of its music arm at the LA Forum on February 10th, 2022. Since then, Gala Music has also released its beta site. So www.beta-music.gala.com. This is basically like their music player. So just as you would go on Spotify or Apple Music, you can go on there and you can play the music artists and tracks that they have on there right now, which is freaking amazing. It's just giving us like a big picture of what Gala's doing, what they're aiming for, and the experience that they're bringing to Web3. So I don't know if you all may be familiar with some of these names like Ice Cube, the Bass Jackers, Ape, Rave Club, BT, Snoop Dogg, of course, right? We have Steve Aoki, Please and Thank You, OK Kenji, Jewel Chang, and so a lot of other notable people on here as well, too. All right, so they have some pretty big partnerships. Now, the music team is getting ready to launch the platform, full launch in Q1, and they have not announced a date until now that we're seeing in this document, with a targeted date of March 28th, 2023. That is huge. That is freaking huge. That is literally like 2 months away at the time of speaking right now. And then down here, they have some other information about their token, how the nodes are going to operate. And this is cool. So let me read this off. Once live, the ecosystem will revolve around its own token. This token will be awarded to track owners based on the popularity of the associated track on the Gala Music platform. Also to player node operators for their contribution of computational resources to host a decentralized platform, and also to artists in order to encourage their continued support and participation in the ecosystem, and even to fans discovering new and emerging talent. So this rewards for everybody. We have never lived in an era like this before. There's other platforms doing it, but not like Gala Games. They're literally giving inclusion to everybody, the artists, the node operators, those who own the tracks, and everybody else abroad. All right, so strategic pillars for that: growing together, beyond borders, self-serving, connected experiences. They're just talking about some interoperability here, and then some other plans that they have going forward. All right, so in your own convenience, you can read that. Now, coming over here to film, I think that this is freaking cool because we have platforms like Hulu, Amazon Prime, HBO Max, most popular, Netflix. And Gala, in my opinion anyway, are directly competing with those people, but with the added benefit of rewards, which is pretty cool. Like, imagine having your favorite show like Game of Thrones and being able to own that, and then put it out there, people watch that, and then you get rewarded every time that they watch it. Like, come on. That's so cool. So Gala Film was announced during Galaverse 2022. It currently has 7 titles in flight. 3 of them will be ready to stream across the decentralized node network this summer. 6 months until full platform launch. 6 months. 2.6K early Gala Film content holders. Us at Crypto Cashflow, myself and Marty, and some of our students actually own some of these nodes. So we're going to be getting rewarded for that. 10 titles set to come to Gala Film in 2023, right? Freaking huge. So Gala Film operates closely alongside Gala Music, benefiting from the cross-platform development. It also develops with it a range of exciting features that will enhance the content experience for both early NFT holders as well as future film fans and streamers. Gala Film will share details on its development roadmap, content offers, and tokenomic model closer to launch. And then they're just letting us know that there will be voting and NFT holder integrations, confirmation of 3 further titles, launch of the Cinema Club, which I think is maybe like a membership that they have. Q2, full platform release with nodes online. In other words, like distributions happening, nodes getting rewarded, NFTs actually having utility in the ecosystem. Film, streaming, and watch to earn. It's going to be a crazy year for 2023, y'all. Gala is going to explode and actually blow this place up, like literally. So production partners, here's some companies that they're partnered with, and you can just read through these. So Stick Figure, founded by award-winning filmmaker Steve Cantor. The accolades include an Oscar nomination, multi-Emmy rewards, and nominations for Best Documentary and Series. Unrealistic Ideas, they've formed in 2018 by veteran documentary and filmmaker, showrunner Archie Gips, actor and producer Mark Wahlberg, and his longtime manager, producing partner Steven Levison. All right, so some big names there, y'all. $7 Production, co-founded by Dwayne Johnson. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? Come on. And Danny Garcia, $7 Production is a multi-platform production company pioneering original content for television, film, emerging technologies, and digital networks. Like I said, I'm not going to go through all this, y'all, but it's getting juicy. You know Mark Wahlberg, Marky Mark, you know Dwayne Johnson, you know Danny Garcia, you know what they're about. So you can only visualize and start to imagine what is about to happen in this space. And more than that, I'm seeing these people in these partnerships as not just boosters for the Gala Games ecosystem, but actual bridges for people who are fans of these different production companies and fans of these brands like Universal, AMC, Dwayne Johnson, Danny Garcia, Mark Wahlberg. All those people are going to be interested in what they're doing. They're going to see what they're doing with Gala. Whether they know anything about crypto or blockchain doesn't really matter. If they fall in love with these ideas, they're going to then figure out how to get involved, right? Which is really cool, because that creates more adoption for us as crypto holders of this project across the board for blockchain in general, and just creates more holders in cryptocurrency. All right. So, strategic pillars: experience first, chances for talent, share the story, and owner rewards. This one's really cool. Chances for talent, because they just had actually a film called Razor being produced by David Bianchi. And they were taking creators from the Gala community, and they had a casting call like on Twitter. We were able to like vote on them being a part of the film community, and we were able to choose who was going to like be in that live action film. So I say that to say that there may be an opportunity for your beautiful or handsome face to show up on the computer screen, or actually on the big screen, and actually go see yourself at some point in time, just for participating in the ecosystem. Guys, it doesn't get any cooler than this. Now, Vox. I got my Vox merch on. I actually got this hoodie from participating in the ecosystem. This is absolutely free, and it's like super high quality. Actually, what you see right here is on the back of this hoodie. I don't know if, you're not going to be able to see it unless I turn around, but this Poppy character from Trolls is actually on the hoodie. So I thought that was pretty cool. Just reading through Vox. So Gala in the metaverse. Think of Vox as basically, if you're familiar with like Sandbox or any sort of virtual reality or simulated environment, that's how this is going to be. You're going to be able to walk around with your Vox character, perform different tasks, go to different cities, do different adventures, quests, a lot of interoperability with their other NFTs inside of this collection as well. And when I say that, I mean like from their games, music, and film. All of that could fall into the Voxverse. All right, so Vox, Gala's metaverse IP, will bring games, music, and film together in more ways in 2023. The Vox team's highest priority is building a Voxverse, a dynamic metaverse designed through a partnership with legendary creator of The Sims. Y'all remember The Sims? Will Wright. Founding series releases in 2021 and 2022. Vox now features 4 sets of probably unique 3D avatar avatars, NFTs, 3D avatar NFTs. So upon the release of Voxverse, holders of Townstar Mirandus, The Walking Dead, and DreamWorks Trolls Vox will be able to play and build with their probably unique digital collectibles inside the open world metaverse while collecting rewards. All right, so Gala will launch a best-in-class land sale, taking users inside Voxverse like never before. A play test is also planned. All right, so that's pretty cool. Those lands also, just to give you some insight, you will get rewards for those lands. So think of that as like digital real estate, or you go and buying acres in like real life. Those people who are playing within this metaverse, you're going to get cryptocurrency rewards for that. Now, I can't say if it's going to be Gala, if they're going to have their own token, because that has not been disclosed yet. But this is going to be pretty cool. So they have some other details here. As games, music, film, and Vox will be sharing its own roadmap and updates, but Gala wanted to highlight the following for 2023. And then they have some important bullet points here of things that will be happening. This is going to be really cool. So the initial playtest, I think a lot of us are ready to get into Voxverse and just see. They've been dropping like some teasers and like trailers and stuff like that have like really piqued our interest. So excited to see what that is looking like. Excuse me. So the layer 1 blockchain, if you all don't know, Gala is building their own blockchain. Just like Ethereum, they're going to have their own blockchain where people will be able to build on this blockchain, and they're going to be running their games. So in addition to operating on Ethereum, Gala is now running and building on its own layer 1 blockchain currently known as Jiri, or some people call it Gary, a lot of people call it different names, but this is not the official name. Jiri was first stress tested in May 22 and is now being used in full production capacity following the launch of Spider Tanks last year. Why Jiri? Because Gala, so basically like why this blockchain? Because Gala needed something specifically for games. A case in point would be Spider Tanks. Even in its emergent state, the game has had over 23 million transactions in the month of December 2022. Jiri is based on a Hyperledger Fabric, a permissioned blockchain infrastructure commonly used in enterprise-grade distributed ledger solutions. So it has been built to handle fast microtransactions at scale, lower the cost associated with minting, reduce energy usage and impact on the environment, so going a little bit more green, work with Gala founders' node networks, and that's basically people who own nodes, and then facilitate easy transfer of items to and from Ethereum. All right, and then they have some other things here. So Gala is the gas token across the entire Jiri chain and all of its related ecosystem components. While not every transaction may incur a fee, if a charge is incurred, it will be paid in Gala. In other words, like Ethereum, whenever you go make a transaction, what do you have to do? You have to pay a gas fee, a small gas fee in Ethereum, and then that Ethereum is burnt up, right, or sent to the miners. That's exactly what's going to be happening with this right here. So it's going to be burned every single time an NFT sale happens or something happens in the game that has a microtransaction. If it requires Gala, it's going to be burned, which means it's going to build scarcity in the supply, which means the price should go up over time. It's not just going to instantly boom, right? But over time, as Gala becomes more scarce, we're going to see that boom. So Node v3, this is basically just going over their node software here. So the Gala founder nodes are the core of the Gala ecosystem. Limited to 50,000 licenses, these nodes will run Jiri, support Gala's distributed content delivery, and serve vital functions for a variety of different use cases throughout the ecosystem. They have a bunch of information down here about that as well, so you can get more acclimated and informed about the nodes and how all that stuff works in there. All right, so they go over their founder bonus pool, their game nodes, the music player nodes, the founder nodes, and all that good stuff. Film nodes, the node interface management, giving you some details about that as well. All right, so the Gala platform. So the Gala platform, they have some really cool stuff like social login. So to bring Web3 entertainment to a broader audience, Gala will lower the barriers of entry for new Web2 users by implementing social logins. You know how that works, like on different platforms you can log in through like Facebook or TikTok or use your Gmail. That's similar to how this is going to work. So it's an easy transition and removing like that barrier to entry into the Gala ecosystem and making it that much easier for people to participate. So event reward listener. Gala wants to reward people for undertaking actions that support the ecosystem. These actions could be liking or sharing on social media, referring new players to the ecosystem, publishing content such as videos, and for partner interactions that benefit the network. I think this is cool because even if you don't want to buy the token, their NFTs or nodes or anything like that, there's other ways to participate and contribute to the project to get the name out there more, to get rewarded from this, and to build your overall confidence in Gala games if you're not confident at all, right? But you should be confident. This is like the Disney of blockchain is what we consider that over here at Crypto Cashflow. So Gala Friends. With Gala Friends, you will be able to maintain a friends list, invite friends to play games, and link with your other social networks. I think this is freaking cool because I've been waiting for them to come up with something like this, similar to like Steam, where you can easily just invite people or see who's online to like play any of these games, right? And invite them on over. Self-service publishing, so the integration of self-service publishing platform will enable content creators and distributors to approach the Gala founder node network and seek permission for publishing rights. So in other words, like on Ethereum, you can build different protocols and apps on there. We absolutely need that, so that way it's a little bit more, not a little bit more, but a lot more decentralized, and people can come up with some other more creative ideas that they can put onto Gala's platform. All right, so token update, and we're going to be wrapping this video up here soon. I would literally read every single word inside of this document. if I knew that this video would not be like an hour long, and for the sake of not wanting it to make it that long, I'm not reading each and every single thing on here. But who knows? Maybe I'll go over each piece and make a video separate to each one and then go over it that way. So Gala token update launched in 2020. Gala is the ERC utility token for the Gala ecosystem. Gala has committed to using Gala as the game token for the entire Gala ecosystem, as well as the gas token for Gala ELS1. I will say, I don't know if this is, I don't want to say not completely true, but right now we still have tokens like Materium, which is going to be something different in the game of Mirandus, and Spider Tanks, which is still using Silk inside of their game. And we also have a bunch of other different games coming out as well. So they could very well use Gala for this, but I will say that this could possibly be subject to change at some point in the future. So they also have an overview here, so just giving you like the contract, how much is in the maximum supply of Gala, and then also like their intention for 2023, which is to provide more. Which they have been providing a lot more information. They've been very vocal, put a lot of news updates, going crazy on the socials, and I feel like they have begun more of like the onboarding process in an organic way. All right. So the intention in 2023 is to provide more. So control, understanding the supply. You can read through this so that way you have a good understanding for all that stuff. The locking and supply-based emissions. Essentially, there are two ways to handle the Gala halving. Gala does get halved, just like Bitcoin does every single year. All right, and then they have the halving schedule here. One thing I do want to mention, though, is that with the burn happening, that will push back the halving. So we could very well approach a year where we don't have a halving. In 2023, I don't feel like that's going to be the case. I feel like we're definitely going to have one. And maybe be pushed back by a few days because of the burning that has happened. But there very well may be an instance where there is like no halving happening and the founder nodes keep their distributions as they are being distributed right there. So make sure to read through that so that way you have an understanding there. Gala V2 governance vote. So supply-based halving is a significant driver for updating and shipping on new Gala V2 contract. Gala also needs to lock the ability for users to burn to buy, as burn tokens are currently still part of the maximum supply, impeding the burn and mint program that's detailed below. And then you can read over this information. They're just letting everybody know, further information around the contract updates will be provided within the coming weeks, including feature deployment and emission schedule so that the proposal can be put to a founders node vote in Q1 2023. Assuming successful, the new contract will be deployed with the new Gala token being dropped 1-to-1 to addresses holding Gala at the time of the snapshot, announced in advance during Gala 1 2023. This is cool. I love everything that Gala does. They're always thinking about the community. So burn and mint, this is just some clarification around the burning and how all that works. Would definitely highly recommend you take the time to read over this yourself. Burn and mint, the current halving schedule has the token halving every July 22nd. So like I said, every single year, you're going to see that halving happening on July 22nd. However, in the long term, this will deprive the founder nodes of rewards like we were just talking about. I didn't mention this specifically, but when the halving does happen, the founder node rewards do get reduced. So there's less Gala that is emitted, which is why I was saying with the burns that are happening, it could push the halving back, which would be pretty cool so it doesn't get reduced. But we'll see that as things happening, more people are being onboarded, more Galas being burnt, and all that good stuff, okay? So I think we're coming up on the last pages here. Yeah, we're coming up on the last pages here. And let me see here. So burn and mint, did I skip one? No. So the schedule... This schedule, including burn, does not introduce more tokens to the ecosystem or modify the max supply in any way. I think that's important. It does not modify the max supply in any way. Tokens of burn are not injected back into the ecosystem. So make sure you read over this. A lot of folks have questions about Gala's tokenomics and say they don't want to invest into it because they think it's like an unlimited supply and things like that. I don't think it's an unlimited supply. I think it just comes out of miseducation or proper research and just not understanding the bigger picture. And that's one of the things that Gala is doing also. That's why they're being more vocal about this stuff, because a lot of the conversation, honestly, unless you were inside of the Discord, reading the conversations, looking at the president of blockchain and looking at what they're actually doing in the background, you probably wouldn't